Welcome to another episode of Just Scrapping By, the YouTube channel where we find value in some of the most commonly thrown away electronics. In today's episode, we will be scrapping a video cassette recorder and DVD combo unit, manufactured by LG, to see what valuable components can be found within. The model of the device is a LVC 737. It took us 1 hour to disassemble the device, and less than an hour and a half to depopulate the circuit boards. So let's get into the project. We will start by removing the 4 screws on the back of the device. This will allow the top of the device to lift off of the chassis. Now would also be a good time to remove the 2 black screws located near the RCA ports. With the top cover of the device removed, we can see someone left some high-quality Hollywood films in the device when they got rid of it. Getting a better look at the circuit boards inside, we can see the power board and the logic board. Let's get these boards depopulated and see what kind of salvage we can sell. There was surprisingly a large amount of electrolytic capacitors in the device. The bad part is many of these capacitors are very cheap to buy and have little value as salvage. This is a little underwhelming. If we sold all of the ceramic capacitors in the LG VCR DVD player, we would not even be able to buy a can of Coca-Cola at today's prices. Here are all 4 ceramic capacitors we took out of the device. This is a bit better compared to the ceramic capacitors we just talked about. These 5 polyester capacitors are very easy to remove from the circuit board and have a good salvage value. Maybe this salvage operation is starting to improve. We removed 2 film capacitors for a measly 40 cents. They are not worth much, but they are really easy to remove, so we will put them in our salvage pile. There were 3 bobbin inductors covered in insulation, as well as 1 choke inductor. Whether we sell these inductors right away or not, there is always a use for them. We removed 1 small-sized transformer which we will list for sale on our website. We also removed a small RF coil transformer from the device. These RF coil transformers do have a market, if you can find a buyer. There were 4 integrated components within the device. We removed 1 S01E07 rectifier chip as well as an optocoupler chip. We also removed 1 M1867D multimedia filter, as well as 1 ICE 380565 switch power chip. Usually we make a good salvage profit on chips, but in this case we are only getting less than $9. There were 13 transistors in the LG VCR DVD combo unit. There was a good bunch of NPN and PNP transistors, as well as some dual diode packages and JFET transistors. These transistors are netting us over $15 in salvage. We removed a 2 ohm high wattage resistor from the device. As is tradition in our videos, we also pulled a few resistors off of the circuit board. Resistors are so important in circuits, yet they are so cheap and often overlooked. We removed 2 Schottky diodes and 3 rectifier diodes. We also removed 1 other small general-purpose diode, but unfortunately the code number on the diode does not provide us much information. There were a few single-pole microbuttons and 2 different types of reed switches in the device. These micro buttons are slightly different than what we have salvaged throughout the year, as they have a very large surface area for a user to press. We may just hold onto these for one of our own projects in the future. We removed 3 small motors and 1 barrel motor from the VCR. Motors are always very useful to have, and since these are all 12-volt DC motors, we will have no problem finding these components a new home. The segment display for the VCR DVD combo device came out cleanly without being damaged. This segment display will be listed for sale on our store, where someone may buy it as a replacement, or for another custom-made project. We grabbed a couple of ports from the device. Although we do not have a use for them, maybe someone out there will want to buy them. We usually group a whole bunch of ports together and sell them as a bulk order. There are some components that we cannot place in any other group, and list together at the end of our videos. Here we have a mode selector, an IR receiver, a surge absorber, some crystal oscillators, 2 crystal resonators, and the DVD diode assembly. When you look at our salvage totals in the table, you can see some of these components are worth a substantial amount of money. We always take the enameled copper wire out of VCR units. This wire is great for arts and crafts, but is also really good if you plan to wind your own transformers, coils, or inductors. It is always good to hold onto spare springs. These springs that we removed from the device will go in our parts drawer for future use. When we tally up everything we removed from the VCR DVD combo unit, and I mean everything from even the low-value resistors, we have a combined salvage value of almost $168. Keeping the value in mind, the big question for the LG VCR DVD combo unit is, was scrapping this device worth it? It took us about 1 hour to take the device apart, and about an hour and a quarter to depopulate the circuit boards. If we take our total salvage value of $167.42, which is the total cost of the components and scrap metal, subtracting the cost of acquiring the device, we have a salvage value of $152.92. If we deduct the cost of our labor, this device will yield a maximum profit of $117.35 if we sell all of the components. We would need to sell a minimum of $50.07 in components to break even. So overall, was scrapping this device worth it? If you were to obtain the device for free, or for at least less than $50, you would make a profit. The device is easy to disassemble and the boards are easy to depopulate. However, many of the components do not have a high salvage value, and overall there are not many components in the device. For the LG LVC 737 VCR and DVD combo unit, we give it a scrapping grade of AB+. Thank you for watching our video and remember to subscribe to our channel to see more great tutorials on how to turn the old into gold.